Most people do not get married thinking that they will want to fight every day. Most people do not have children thinking that they will want to hurt them. But sometimes, due to perhaps a lack of understanding or knowledge, or perhaps without support, circumstances might end up that way. Hi, I'm Delia and I'm a family champion. What does family mean to you? To me, I believe that family is important to the formation of a person's identity and emotional well-being. Many people would agree that family is important, but often we do not know what to do and how to build it strong. I grew up in a single-parent family where my father left when I was 1 year old and I did not see him ever since then. Growing up, I had a strong sense of abandonment and rejection, thinking that I was unlovable and nobody wanted me to be around. It actually made me feel that I needed to be good at the things that I do in order to get the approval and acceptance that I was looking for. I was also afraid of commitment in relationships, and I feel very disillusioned towards the notion of marriage and family. Even though family was the source of the greatest pain I felt, it was also because family meant a great deal to me, and that's the reason why the hurt was so deep. When I was in secondary school, I figured that I wanted to know who my father is, and I agreed to meet up with him at the invitation of my brother. Even though he seemed to be a stranger, I wanted to give it a shot to just get to know him a bit more. But when my mom found out about it, she thought that it was like, a sense of betrayal, and I had actually, went behind her back. While I knew that she tried her best to fill up both roles of a dad and a mom, there is a difference between having a father and a mother present in my life. And hence I told her that I would like to try to get to know them and build a relationship with them. She came to accept that eventually. That was also quite like a turning point, not just for myself, but also for my entire family, where we begin on this journey of reconciliation and forgiveness. Having been involved in more severe or family breakdown cases in Singapore through child protection work, I realized that I really wanted to go upstream and to help young people to shape their perspectives of family life, to help them see that they can actually make a change in their current family situation regardless of where they are. I'm now involved in this community movement called FamChamps, where we want to work with young people aged 14 upwards to encourage them on their family life, to equip them with practical skills in how they can relate to their parents and their siblings in a positive manner, regardless of where their family is right now. One of the challenges that I face in this field of work is that sometimes the youth would turn away the support or help that we are trying to extend to them. At the beginning, I was discouraged and questioned myself whether I'm doing enough. But over time, I realized that even though they may not see the benefit of it, we would just continue trying and just be present for them and to let them know that we are not giving up. One particular youth that comes to mind is a girl who came to FamChamps through the nomination of a school. In the last night of the FamChamps camp, we have this segment called the Honour Night, where parents are invited to come for a meal together with the young person. This girl told us that actually her family had not had dinner seated down together for the past 5 years. After 5 years, they finally sat down together at the dinner table, having conversations and connecting. We were encouraging her to see that it goes beyond the FamChamps camp. It goes into her day-to-day living, in communicating and interacting with her parents. And that's where she started to take initiative to get to know her father, because her father is someone who often keeps to himself. She realized that she needed to take the initiative to connect and ask questions to get to know him. As a youth community movement, FamChamps really envisions being able to pass on the mantle to the next generation, where they would champion family among their peers, lead ground-up initiatives among themselves. And we see that happening right now, where we have recently commissioned our very first FamChamps Council, formed by the pioneer intake of FamChamps, and they have actually started launching different campaigns in order to inspire and encourage their peers. To any youth out there who might be facing any difficult family circumstances, I want to encourage you to look out for trusted adult figures in your life who are expressing care and concern for you. I benefited greatly when I opened up my heart to family friends and mentors who wanted to walk the journey with me. I also want to encourage you to be an agent of change, that even though we may not be able to change our past, we can actually look forward to think about how we can make our family lives different by identifying what are the things we want to emulate from our current family, but also to think about how we want to do things differently when we form our families one day. To anyone who is considering the helping profession, I just want to encourage you to always take care of yourself. There were moments where, in the process of helping others, unaddressed issues surfaced in my life, and I needed to humble myself to accept that it's okay not to always be okay, and I needed the help and support of my co-workers and mentors. I believe that it's important for us to collaborate and to share resources with one another, especially with peers who might be sharing the same goals as you are. Together, we can actually leverage on each other's strengths and talents to contribute meaningfully to our society.